Here's my book review of Moonflower Murders by Anthony Horowitz in 5 minutes or less. Moonflower Murders is the second book. The first book was the Magpie Murders. Retired publisher Susan Ryland is living the good life. She is running a small hotel on a Greek island with her longtime boyfriend, Andreas. It should be everything she's always wanted, but is it? She's exhausted with the responsibilities of making everything work on an island where nothing ever does, and truth be told, she's beginning to miss London. And then the Trehernes come to stay. The strange and mysterious story they tell about an unfortunate murder that took place on the same day and in the same hotel in which their daughter was married, a picturesque inn in Suffolk, named Farlingay Hall? That's not what it's called called Branlow Hall. Fascinates Susan and piques her editor's interests. One of her former writers, the late Alan Conway, author of the fictional Magpie Murders, knew the murder victim, an advertising executive named Frank Paris, and once visited Farlingay Hall. That's not what it's called in the book. Conway based the third book in his detective series, Atticus Pund Takes the Cake, on that very crime. The Treherne's daughter, Cecily, read Conway's mystery and believed the book proves that the man convicted of Paris's murder, a Romanian immigrant who was the hotel's handyman, is innocent. When the Trehernes reveal that Cecily is now missing, Susan knows that she must return to England and find out what really happened. Before I get into any of the ratings of the video, I would just want to say that this is a book that has a book within a book. So you get the current mystery that you're reading, and then you also get to read Atticus Pund Takes the Case in the center of the novel. So that you actually get 2 books in one. I also want to note that there is swearing in this, even though it is written like a traditional Agatha Christie mystery. And I felt that the story was a bit homophobic and a bit xenophobic. And now, on with the ratings. The tropes included in Moonflower Murders are locked room, domestic trouble, inheritance trouble, femme fatale, criminal consultant, and adultery. I got a friend with me today. Can you hear him? The story, I would say, is share-worthy. Anthony Horowitz is a very good writer, but I found the story to be rather dry, and I did guess the murderer. Maybe because I write murder mysteries, I don't know. But there are twists and turns, but I just didn't find the story to really be a page-turner. Dialogue, I would rate as greeting card. It's somewhat old-fashioned and stilted, but I think that was the point because it harkens back to the old Agatha Christie novels. Side characters, interesting enough. The suspects are more interesting than the main character, but I still would rate them neighborhood acquaintances. The setting is set in the English countryside, which I always love, so I'm definitely giving that buying a timeshare. Gasps, I only give a rating of 3 because I did figure out the mystery. And again, that might be because I've read so many murder mysteries, so I figured out one of the biggest clues fairly early on. My final verdict of this book is a 3. Now this is a bestseller and it's just not my cup of tea, so you might actually enjoy it. I'm Nancy Basile. I'm an author of Cozy Mysteries. If you found this review helpful, give me a thumbs up, a like, and then subscribe so you get more book reviews. What do you think of that book within a book? Some people love it because they feel like they're getting 2 books for one. I, on the other hand, got to the book within a book and was like, oh my gosh, I'm invested in this first story. I really don't feel like figuring out a second story, but I think that is what a lot of people enjoy about it. Tell me in the comments what you think.